Hey, I'm Cole Lemasters, and I'm here with the 24-0 undefeated volleyball team from Liberty North that took home the state championship this year. So we're going to do a quick walk around the room and introduce ourselves.
My name is Sydney Jacqueline. I'm a senior.
My name is Abby Christian. I'm a sophomore.
My name is Caitlin Burns, and I'm a junior.
My name's Addison Beagle, and I'm a junior.
My name is Isabel Zimmerman, and I'm a junior.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys here today, and so we're just going to do a quick season recap of a great, phenomenal season. So we're going to start off with that Liberty game on September 15th. It was the first time you played Liberty this year, and you swept them in straight sets, and it was also the time when you became 5-0. So Isabel, what was the kind of big thing about that game?
Yeah, so that game was one of our first ones. It was a really good game. We swept them. We won all 3 sets. We had the energy the entire time. We never let up, and we really played as a team, and it was really good. That second time we played them, 3 of our girls broke records, and so we really played as a team in that one too, and we never let up, and it was just overall a good game.
Yeah, that was a good one. Like you said, it made you get to 5-0, and that's just a building step on the rest of it. And so going into the postseason, you guys faced off against the Lee Summit Tigers, and it was a huge game here at Liberty North during our sectionals game, and it was a really tough competition. So Sydney, you had a little bit to say about that.
That Lee Summit game, actually, we all agreed that that was the toughest level of competition that we'd seen all year. That game should have really been our sectional final, but we all played incredibly well. Everyone was really working together as a team. It was pretty awesome, to hear the energy level in the crowd and everybody on our bench. It was amazing. Yeah,
even with COVID precautions, there were a ton of people there, and you could feel the energy at Liberty North. And then we move on to the state finals game in Cape Girardeau against Nixa High School. Let's take a look at that last point.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. Liberty North delivers a state championship to their school, to their community, in 3 sets over the defending champions of Nixa Eagles. The Liberty North Lady Eagles and Coach Katie Dowden have captured the Class 5 state championship over the Nixa Lady Eagles. What a tremendous performance today by Liberty North. We're going to
so that was just a really great point scored there by Isabel. And so Abby, what was the big key idea behind that victory?
Yeah, so we had a lot of emotions going into that game. I think we just really played as a team, and everything kind of just fit together in that game, and everything just went well for us.
Yeah, in that game, you guys did sweep Nixa in 3 straight sets. But then you go back to the Lee Summit sectionals game where it went to 5 sets. Not a lot of your guys' games went to 5 sets, but of course you did end up always winning that rubber match, but that was also a really close one. So Addison, what was just the stress level with everyone being at Liberty North for that sectionals game?
I think we were a little nervous at first. We always take a little bit to come into the game and stay calm and focused. It just took a little longer this time. But yeah, I would say that we stayed calm towards the ends of the sets, and that's how we were able to come back.
Yeah. And so as we kind of move on to not really the specific games, but the season in general, COVID was obviously a huge idea. Being an inside sport, you guys all had to wear masks during the play. Obviously, it didn't affect you as much as you got comfortable, but a couple of games got rescheduled. One of them got canceled. Was the idea of being quarantined or just the season getting canceled looming throughout the year, and how did you guys adjust to that?
Yeah, so we kind of played every game, and I had every practice it was going to be our last. We were just having fun. And wearing a mask became our new normal. We had to condition and stuff to prepare to wear them for those long 5-set games. But it became our new normal, and we were able to wear them throughout the whole season.
Yeah, and a lot of, speaking to that, even though there was a lot of COVID precautions, the students were always out looking for the games. After your guys' state championship game, coming back to the school, a whole crowd of Liberty North students and fans were at the school waiting for you to get off the bus and congratulate you. Let's see the quick interview about that return.
What strategies did you use most this season?
The strategies we used most was just playing together and not letting anyone get down. So we always came together to put together and win. Yeah.
Really just wanted to play our own game and focus on playing as a team and as a whole. How and why did the team work so well together this season?
So we all have really great chemistry. We all love each other so much, and it's super fun to play with each other. Like, all of us have been playing together for 5 years now, so it's just super fun to be playing with your best friends.
Okay. Why did you choose to wear a mask for the Final Four even though it wasn't required?
We wanted to show other teams that refuse to wear their mask properly that you can win while wearing a mask. It's not that hard.
It was really quite an awesome experience. Here at school, we were able to watch that final point being made during school, and then afterwards, the Eagle football team also took home a W, and everyone that was at the game that really cared about you guys coming home stayed after and waited a couple hours for you guys to get in, but then the crowd there was just immaculate, seeing you guys get off the bus and just being so excited. So what was it like having to drive back all the way from Cape Girardeau and just being able to see everyone? That's just like sigh of relief, like, hey, I'm home, and this is just such a surreal experience.
I think a big part of our success throughout the whole season was having such a big fan base and having so much support. So getting to come home and see everybody there, it was unreal. It was awesome.
Yeah. And then, so Sydney, just because you're the only senior here, this one's directed right at you, but something that can never be replicated is that your final game as an Eagle was a W, and you guys took home the state championship. So what is it like ending on such a high note?
Really, that's a feeling that I can't describe at all. We could not have asked for a better end to our career as Liberty North volleyball players, and we're going to miss you guys a lot. But yeah, it's really just, I can't put it into words. It's an amazing feeling.
It's something that's really hard to describe. I've never experienced that, but can only imagine. And so, talking about what you're saying about the underclassmen, obviously the seniors this year were key parts of your guys' success, but there's a lot of talent underneath as well with you guys. Like, you guys have a ton of talent. How do you guys feel about going in the next year, being able to move forward?
Yeah, we feel pretty good. We created a really strong bond this year, and we had 2 underclassmen that were a part of that, and they definitely are going to keep that legacy going, and we're really excited for this next year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every year a sports team's going to lose their seniors or players that go away, but I mean, it'll be really exciting to see how you guys move on from that. So thanks for coming out for this just quick little season recap. Let's take a quick look at the medal ceremony from the state championship game.
And your champions for Class 5, Liberty North Lady Eagles, 24-0 as the seniors gather around that championship trophy. Coach Katie Dowden being able to put a medal around their necks, and ear to ear grins and smiles. They could not be more pleased with their performance.
I think they saw this as a possibility, knew it was a possibility, had seen the ball rolling towards this direction over the last couple of years, and so to be here and actually get to live it has got to be pretty special.
It is, and you know, we were talking about Nixa returning a lot of players. They're returning a lot of players as well, including Carly Cisneros, who just really stepped up in this championship game and delivered a stellar performance, along with Isabel Zimmerman. I thought Abby Christian did a terrific job on several digs. They really had, I could list a lot of their players who made a very positive contribution today. Definitely feel the love from their school, from their community. Lots of fans here today as they compete for this championship with masks. Entire team wearing masks the whole time.
Again, just the attitude of gratefulness that they have mentioned multiple times. They are sure grateful to be here and have this opportunity.
They are. So there is your Class 5 state champions, the Liberty North Lady Eagles. Congratulations to Coach Katie Dowden and her Lady Eagles for their state championship.
Yeah, seeing shots from the Show Me Center, it's almost like an Olympic medaling, just like that same kind of idea of taking home the gold. And so now, pleased to have Coach Katie Dowden, the head coach of the women's volleyball team here at Liberty North. And so we're starting off with just a really generic question, but I'd like to just really interested in what the answer is. So, like, what is the point in the season where you knew that you had something special with this team?
Well, obviously, I never planned on us playing in pandemic, let alone coaching in one. So being there, starting the season, we got there, and that was huge. So every game we tried to approach each game, each practice with gratefulness and being grateful that we got to be there another day and be able to play another game. So, you know, I never anticipated that it would be a season that we would get through, let alone get through undefeated. So I think it was honestly probably about the midpoint of the season where it was like, oh my gosh, we've gone through the first round of conference undefeated and we moved up in conference. So just doing that, realizing that we had something very, very unique and special that really nobody else did was huge for us.
Yeah. And so obviously something that's really kind of hard to do whenever you're a coach is you get a new fresh round of players every year. 2 years ago, the team really started to build up, and then last year you guys got really close and lost in the district championship game against Liberty, but this time you're able to get all the way. So with every year your teams continue to get better and better. How do you move on from an undefeated season?
You know, it's been fantastic, and honestly, it's a culture that we've built, and obviously this is year 5, and in building a program, it takes 3 to 5 years. So each year we've gotten stronger, and each year we've had more and more girls buy in, and to this point this year where the vast majority of the girls were veterans, and so they've been a part of this program now for 3 or 4 years. They know the expectations. They're able to communicate those expectations to the younger girls, and the younger girls bought in, and we were blessed to have 2 fantastic young talents in Abby Christian as a sophomore and Carly Cisneros come in as a freshman and do what they did combined with our veterans just made for a tremendous experience. But with that being said, you know, again, we're bringing back a lot of veterans again for next season. So with Belle and with Addison and Caitlin and we have 3 other seniors as well coming in next year that have been on the bench and are huge parts of our success that I can only hope and pray that we get to continue that success and make another run.
And then lastly, you're recently named the American Volleyball Coach Association Region 6 Coach of the Year. And I know it's hard to talk about your own success, but can you just talk just a little bit about being Coach of the Year?
I mean, it's beyond flattering, and you know, that's not why we do what we do as coaches. So I'd trade all of that for the awards that these guys have gotten and earned, because they're the ones grinding it out, and I'm just thankful and honored to be a part of it. So truthfully, the gratefulness it's humbling. It's very, very humbling, and I have a lot of girls and a lot of coaches to thank for that. So, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have the best coaching staff around and the best girls on the court. So it's cool, but I don't need those accolades. The girls deserve them.
And I mean, obviously the girls are the ones playing on the court, but they really do look up to you as a coach and then look to you for advice and things during the game as well. So we know the Liberty North community and the volleyball community as well looks up to you and is grateful to have you here at Liberty North. So thanks for coming out, Coach Dowden. And that kind of wraps up our 24-0 Liberty North Volleyball State Championship season recap. I'm Cole Lemasters.